Well, thankfully, it's been a really quiet and uneventful week. So much so that I was like, you know what? I should do an extra episode this week. I don't know if you guys know, but on Wednesday, January 6th, a mass of people, Trump supporters, which now is just synonymous with fascists and racists, stormed the Capitol building in Washington at the urging of Donald Trump, broke in. Now, when I say broke in, that's not exactly true. I mean, they were breaking tons of shit, but there was no National Guard present, even though they had weeks of knowledge that this was probably going to happen. There was no police in riot gear because those requests were denied for riot gear and for the National Guard. Not only that, there is full-on video. There's no conspiracy. You can just watch it. Tons and tons of videos of lots of the cops removing barricades, allowing people to go in, high-fiving and dapping with the fascists, opening doors for them, telling them which way to go. Now, there's also videos of them fighting, other Capitol Police fighting these treasonous pieces of shit. So they break into the Capitol building. They break in to various offices, including like Nancy Pelosi's. They're taking pictures of emails, on computers of various Congress people's desks, because the Congress people were just evacuated as these people started to break in, and they were there to stop the vote or the certification of Biden as president. Again, at the command of Donald Trump, our president. In the process of this, they're stealing shit. They were pissing and shitting, smearing shit on the walls, like literally smearing feces on the walls. There were multiple people in there armed with zip ties. 5 people died in the process of this. One Capitol Police officer, who was also a Trump supporter, but he was doing his job. They beat him to death with a fucking fire extinguisher. And again, other Capitol Police officers were like high-fiving, dapping, laughing, throwing up white power symbols. There's a video now from this, of this woman. I forgot her name. Amy something, Ashley, whatever. Look, she died. A whole mob of these people were trying to break down the doors of literally the last barricade between this mob whose intent was to kidnap and or kill these Congress people. The security guards, Secret Service was on the other side, telling them, we will open fire. We will use deadly force. So one, I'm just going to, this one woman armed in D.C., that's already a felony. You literally can't have a weapon there. Broke into the Capitol building, felony. She was then told, you can't come in. They broke the window. She starts to jump through. She's a ex-U.S. Navy. They shot her in the fucking neck and she died. Of course. Obviously. No, not great that she got killed, but she's a fucking terrorist. Of course she got killed. What do you think? All these people so proud of themselves, taking selfies, putting them on Instagram, Facebook, Parler. 5 people died. One guy, one of the insurrectionists, came in with a taser, accidentally tased himself in the balls, had a heart attack, and died. I mean, then after a while, these people like literally were on the floor of the Senate. They stole the podium. They stole Nancy Pelosi's gavel. Like, nothing happened to them. I mean, aside from these few people that were about to, you know, attack Congress people. One of them got killed. But they're just let in. Again, these videos I'm not going to play on here if you're watching on YouTube. I'm not going to play. You can just watch them all over the place. They're all over everywhere. And you don't have to look hard to find them. And then they were just like, oh, you guys have to go. Now you have to get out. And they just like let them walk out. There were only 50 arrests made that day. Meanwhile, you can look at these peaceful protests, and I'm not even talking about the rioting that had happened at Black Lives Matter protests, which in large part were not even ever part of the protests. They were always like blocks away there was rioting, while blocks away there were peaceful protests. They were always separate, almost always separate. They were just let out. 50 arrests. It's shocking. So our president commits treason, incites a riot, commanding people to attack our own government. Many of the cops there are in on it, allow them to go in, are happy about it. There's now reports that like cops from other states were participating in the riot itself and breaking in. A congressman was there, filming himself on Facebook with a little bullshit helmet. Like, look at me, I'm a patriot too. So that happened on Wednesday. It is now Saturday. It's been 4 days. Well, surely all of these now, to be fair, a lot of these people have now since been arrested. And surely the president of the United States must most certainly have been removed from office and in jail for treason against the country. No. Twitter and Facebook and Instagram did more against Donald Trump than our own government has right now. They're all talking about it. Oh, please, Mike Pence, will you invoke the 25th Amendment, this thing that we've been asking you to do for like a year, please? And Pence said, well, if he becomes more unhinged, I'll do it. But until then, more unhinged. This motherfucker Trump tells people to commit treason, to break the law. 5 people died. Ted Cruz was egging him on, was doing it too. The night before, he was like comparing all the Trump supporters to like revolutionaries in the 1700s, and like you have to storm in, and we won't go quietly into the night, all that shit. Rudy Giuliani too. They were all like inciting a fucking riot. And also this shit was planned months ago through Parler and Twitter and all this shit. You can read. The Trump campaign was sending emails back in June telling them that they're part of the Trump army. Let me find this picture so you can, let me just read this shit. Okay. So this was an email being sent to Trump supporters, registered Trump people. Friend, this email is for patriots only. Again, their letterhead is on top. I'll put a picture on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. Friend, this email is for patriots only. You've been identified as one of President Trump's fiercest and most loyal defenders. Listen to the words. And according to your donor file, you'd make an excellent addition to the Trump Army. When you become a member of the Trump Army today, we'll give you access to get our never-before-seen limited edition camo Keep America Great hat. The president wants you and every member of our exclusive Trump Army to have something to identify yourselves with and to let everyone know that you are the president's first line of defense when it comes to fighting off the liberal mob. These limited edition American-made hats, are for Trump Army members only, so do not pass this information on to anyone. Please contribute $35 or more right now. Click the link, blah, 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 blah. Listen to that language. fiercest, most loyal defender, Trump army. The president wants you. You got to fight off this liberal mob. You're the first line of defense. Listen to that shit. Then on that day, I don't have the clip handy, but Trump is holding a fucking rally with tons of people telling them that they're not going to take the results. They're not going to accept the election results. The cornerstone of democracy. They will not accept it. And what are you going to do? This is what he told them. What are we going to do? We are going to march. He kept saying it too. Here's the thing. One of the ways you can get people to hone in and focus and get tunnel vision, it's part of the tactics used in all brainwashing, is to repeat a phrase, something simple, over and over and over. And he says it about, that's why he has so many catchphrases. Make America Great Again, Trump Army, that's why he does this thing. But he kept fucking saying it. We're going to march down Pennsylvania Avenue. And he'd really emphasize it. Pennsylvania Avenue. And then he'd say, oh, I love Pennsylvania Avenue. It leads straight to the Capitol building. We're going to march down Pennsylvania Avenue. We're going to go into the Capitol building and we're going to, whatever the fuck he said. But he kept saying it. March down Pennsylvania Avenue. We're going to the Capitol building. We're going to make ourselves heard or whatever the fuck it was. I don't want to play this dumbass on here. And they did. They did just that with no barrier. They waltzed right the fuck in. And nothing's happened. Nothing's happened to Ted Cruz, to what's his name, Holloway, to Trump. They're still in office. Now that they're like, we're drawing up articles of impeachment. This was on Thursday, the day after. We're talking to Pence. He's got to invoke the 25th Amendment. He doesn't. The articles of impeachment, it's now Saturday. Nothing's happened. Now they're like, okay, we're drawing up new ones for Monday. He got shut down out of Twitter yesterday. It took 2 days for every single social media platform to say, like, you are dangerous. You have incited a riot. People have died. You're done. He's banned from Facebook, banned from Twitter, banned from Instagram, fucking Google. Like, everybody's like, no. It's just like, you know, people are up in arms now that he was banned from social media as like it's like a First Amendment rights issue. They're not upset that he drove people to die and tried to overthrow the government. They're upset that like he can't be on Twitter anymore. And they're saying that's a First Amendment right. Here's the thing. The First Amendment is about you versus the government. The government does not have a right to stop you from saying whatever you want to say. Now, obviously, the government breaks that rule often, but for the most part, that is true. And that is still not being challenged. Twitter is not a government agency. Facebook is not a government agency. Instagram is not a government agency. YouTube is not a government agency. They may have tremendous power, but they are not government agencies. They are private-owned companies. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I can't go on NBC and whip my dick out and masturbate all over the table. Like, that's against their policy. They would not have me on the air. They would not air that. They would kick me off. I'd go to jail, obviously, too. I would not be allowed to do that because that is their company. They make the rules. Twitter is the same. You're a guest there. And people, that's how dumb people are. It's like, oh, this is a free speech. This is not a free speech issue. You can't go, again, you can't go on CBS and start being like, fuck you, you stupid cunt. Like, you can't say that shit because they have policies. This is what we'll accept. This is what we won't accept. Now, you may not like it. Like, I've been on Tumblr for years. I love that site. It gives me like an escape and peace. I've made good friends there. Obviously, I used to have a very, very, very popular kind of blog with my ex. They were bought out by Yahoo and changed a lot of their policies, took down and like kind of made it harder for a lot of the sex workers on there, and a bunch of kind of bullshit like nudity censorship stuff. I don't agree with it. It sucks, but they have the right to do it. I don't agree with it. It sucks. Tumblr used to be like this very free place. Like people felt very calm and comfortable because there was, it felt pure and honest for the most part. And anybody on there, all we were ever asking was like, hey, can you like get the pedophiles and Nazis off of here? Because, that's bad. And this isn't like, it's not objectively, well, you think Nazis are bad, but some people think Nazis are okay and nudity is bad. Nope. This is an objective truth. Nazis are bad and nudity is not. But whatever. It was Yahoo's decision and, it sucks, but they have a right to do that. It has nothing to do with free speech. It just doesn't. Obviously, it gets a little dicey when like a company like, let's say Facebook is building a monopoly and then they're controlling the policies. Then there's no other choice. Then there becomes an issue there, which is why there's not supposed to be monopolies, and they're trying to break up these companies now. Who knows if that'll work. Speaking of Nazis, what is this woman's name? On Wednesday, while these white supremacist terrorists were breaking into the Capitol building, there was a congresswoman who was just elected like a few weeks ago. Just down the street or out, you could see the Capitol building behind her, I think, if I remember the video right. Do I have it? Do I have the clip? Let me check real quick. I'm going to find it. Hang on. So there was a congresswoman in front of the Capitol building giving a speech, and there was a woman filming for her social media, whatever it was. And she was filming from a sense of, she was wearing a mask, and she was filming from the perspective of, look at all these people not wearing a mask. This is so terrible. I mean, just look at all these people not wearing a mask. Then you hear this congresswoman. Here, let me see if I got the video. Damn it. Give me 1 second. I am going to find it. She says, you can hear her, she's giving her speech, and she says, blah, 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 blah. Well, Hitler got one thing right. It is all about the youth. A U.S. congresswoman openly and joyfully quoting Hitler to a crowd while a mass of rioters break into the Capitol building. Is the United States fucking up in arms? No. This country is embarrassing and just fucking pathetic. I can't think of any other country where this shit would stand. Everybody here is so apathetic. I have friends who just like can't be bothered. I don't want to think about it. What the fuck are you talking about? And if you have kids, this is the world you're leaving for them. You have nothing to say. You donate to nobody. You protest nothing. What world are you leaving to them? Let me find this fucking video. It's just like, I don't understand just how people can just like forgive everything. It's like nothing is serious enough. Like, oh, okay, now it's real. Like, I remember when Trump first got elected and people were acting like along with, millions of other people, were like speaking hyperbolically that this is going to lead to the destruction of our country and he's a fucking white supremacist and a fascist and he wants to be a dictator. Like, and people are like, you're overreacting. Like, who would overreact about that? And now people are acting shocked. Like, oh man, how did this happen? I can't find the fucking video. You look it up. It's easy to find. Here, let me Google her name real quick. Congresswoman Nazi. Oh, she made a response. Let's see. Shocking. It is a old white lady. I'm reading this from NBC Chicago. It's just the first thing that came up. A newly inaugurated Illinois congresswoman who invoked Adolf Hitler in a speech at a rally responded on social media after her remarks sparked backlash, including from a group of state lawmakers who called on her to resign. Representative Mary Miller, a Republican who was sworn into office Sunday to represent Illinois' 15th congressional district, wrote on Twitter Wednesday that her statement was a denunciation of evil dictators. Efforts to re-educate young people in similar efforts by left-wing radicals in our country today. Fucking hell, man. A Twitter user posted the video Tuesday showing Miller speaking at a rally outside U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., in which she said the German Nazi leader was right on one thing, in quotes. And continuing the quote, if we win a few elections, we're still going to be losing unless we win the hearts and minds of our children. This is the battle. Miller is heard saying in the footage, Hitler was right on one thing. He said, whoever has the youth has the future. That was her quote. You can watch the video. Whoever has the youth has the future. You can hear her say it. And the woman is right there filming. The Illinois Legislative Jewish Caucus condemned Miller's remarks on Wednesday, saying she had demonstrated an act of blatant anti-Semitism and disrespect to the Jewish people and all those who perish at the hands of the Nazis. A sitting member of Congress who uses Hitler's obscene methods for indoctrinating children with racism and fascism as a guidepost igniting hate and violence has no place in Congress. The statement from the caucus continues, if Rep. Miller had any respect left for the role of a U.S. congressperson or any shred of dignity in her, she will do what's right and resign. This goes on and on. Yeah. I mean, and these fucking people are such scumbags that when called out on who they are, they can't even own it. They can't even be like, yeah, fuck you and you Jews. Yay, Hitler. They can't even do that. Then they have to be like, oh, you misunderstood. I didn't mean that. These fucking cowards, man. What a stupid bitch. What a day, man. What a week. I mean, there's so much to talk about. It's endless. It's too much. Like, it's too much. And this motherfucker is still in office. Like, what is this country? Seriously, what the fuck is it? And now you have like all these members of the media condemning Trump since the election, since November, when Trump was like, nah, I don't accept the results. Most of them still kind of played it on the fence, like, well, maybe he'll get it back. But once it was like, no, you're not going to, then all the media started to be like, yeah, you're bad, Trump. We don't like you. It's like, motherfucker, where have you been for 5 years? You spent a year or 2 years pumping him up, making people love him. You spent the last 4 years accepting what he was doing. And now that he's out, now you're going to say something and act like you're some kind of hero? This woman, I heard Judge Janine on Fox News. I just saw a clip of her speaking it. Going off. These fucking, you rioters, you should be ashamed of yourself. And she's right. Yes, you shouldn't. Because like now these insurrectionists are like, Oh, it wasn't us. It was Antifa dressed like us. Like that's, I mean, these motherfuckers were literally plastering their face all over social media. Anyway, now they're trying to blame Antifa. She's like, don't blame it on those other terrorists, Antifa. You did this. And she's like, yeah, you're right. But who are you to act so high and mighty? You're literally on a network that was founded by the Republicans in order to propagate Republican agenda. Like, you are literally on a propagandist network. I don't know if you guys know the history of Fox News, but look it up. It's fucking crazy. It was literally started as a way to push conservative views. The founder of it, had some, I'm going to butcher the quote. It's so much to find and look up all the time now. But something about like, if we can just get these people in front of the TV, we can get them to believe anything we want. This is the guy who started Fox News. And this, and all these documents are from like the 70s under Nixon. So now all these people are acting all like self-righteous. Like, how dare you, treasonous pieces of shit. Like, you guys have spent the last, forget even like the last, however, many decades the Republican Party has been just insane. Don't get me wrong. The Democrats have a ton of problems too. But it's a bit different. Let's just look at just since Trump, 5 years, because, a year of campaigning or whatever it was. You guys all participated in convincing the people to love him, not like him, love him. You all participated in it. And now it's blown up like everybody knew it fucking would. And now you want to point blame at other people who did like a worse, like blatantly, like explosively worse thing. Oh yeah, and by the way, all those people breaking in, like they had guns. There was like a truck full of fucking napalm that they found, the FBI found or whatever. Like, now everybody wants to act like, oh, how dare you guys? You guys? You guys? You are part of you guys. You're one of these people. You may not have stormed that building, but you emboldened them to do it. You didn't hold Trump accountable. You also were questioning the election results. Fuck you. So I joined TikTok. I don't know why. It was in November. I joined TikTok. And I have to say, it's really fucking fun. It's dumb. Don't get me wrong. I don't quite understand all the stupidity. Like, there's like a couple things on TikTok that just, I don't get it. I think it's the dumbest shit in the world. I don't understand. But it's like a huge thing. One is, like, forget all the stupid dances. Like, if people want to do dumb dances, I mean, whatever. Okay. But like, there's this huge thing that like people will lip sync other people's audio, not singing. Like, if I was doing a video right now and I said like blah blah blue blah blee blah blee blah, somebody would make a video of themselves lip syncing my audio, and that's like millions of videos. It's really fucking weird. And like this constant like, tell me something that you thought was this way, but you didn't realize it was that way. There's like a ton of like these dumb questions, or like, what's a video that lives in your head rent free? There's just so much. It's weird how much just copycat stuff is there. Like, people just ripping other people off, including with dances. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're not contributing anything creatively to any of this. You're just doing the same thing. But it's fucking bananas. And there's a ton of problems too. Like, a lot of black creators, material doesn't get promoted at all. But like a white creator will literally, like, you can duet a video, like play it side by side, and you can react to it or comment on it or whatever. And then like, if a white person comments on it, like, and duets it, it'll become, massive, huge viral video. And again, this matters because you can make money off of this. I guess even if you couldn't make money, it would still matter. So there's a lot of issues. a lot of weird guideline issues, you know, things getting taken down that shouldn't. There's, you know, it seems to be kind of a mess, but ultimately it's very fun. Here's my, here, I'll play my first TikTok video. Let me put on these. It was dumb. I made it in November when I voted. Here. Is that? Yeah. So stupid. Thank you.
Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, my camera sucks. Overheated. Anybody wants to invest in me getting a new camera? Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Rate and review on iTunes. Whatever. Venmo me. Join my OnlyFans. I'm just playing. I don't have it OnlyFans. You know what's fucked up? I did mention before that I had like a very, very popular blog before with my ex. And like everybody would always ask, do you guys, this was before TikTok or OnlyFans or anything, but they were like, do you have a Snapchat? We're like, no. And I kept telling my ex, like, why don't we just, we're doing this anyway. Like, we're making this blog anyway. Why don't we just start a Snapchat, charge $5 a month? Like, we'd be fucking... we would make a ridiculous amount of money if, you know, a quarter of our followers signed up. She didn't want to do it. Fucking dumbass, huh? One of the many reasons she sucks. So I have a TikTok. That was my first video. Very dumb, but it's fun. It was fun making those. Like I said, so much of TikTok I don't understand. However, there are some pretty amazing things going on. And we're going to go through them right now. We're going to... I don't know where to start here. You know what? Let's start with this guy. He gets it. He fucking gets it.
What is the rarest item in a collection you have? I'll go first. Mine is this Christmas ticker hat. Never met anyone with this hat and only seen a few on eBay. So this is my rarest item in my collection.
Fucking A. Isn't that nice? It's wholesome as shit. No, don't get me wrong. The stuff on here is not all wholesome. Like my page, my timeline, what gets suggested to me is like kind of innocuous stuff like this. Animal, like cute animal stuff, or like pretty aggressive, like anti-fascist stuff like that. That seems to be my speed. But wasn't that guy nice? What kind of cool hats do you have in your collection? I actually don't have any. Well, I guess that's not true. I have like some, no, that is true. I don't personally have any hats. I have like some costume stuff with my son. Here, and then there's this guy. Now this guy really knows what's up.
Why are ads on porn just more porn? The last thing I want to see after jacking off is a giant dick. I didn't even want to see a giant dick while I'm jacking off. Alright? If porn companies or ad companies want to be smarter, they would have fucking ads for burgers. That's what I want when I'm done jacking off. I want a fucking burger.
Right? Isn't that the dumbest shit? You're watching porn, you finish, and then they're trying to show you an ad for more porn. Motherfucker, like the second the porn ends, I like throw my computer out the window. Or the second I finish, rather, I throw my computer out the window. I want nothing to do with it. It disgusts me to no end once I'm finished. It'd be the same like with ex-girlfriends and stuff. We would watch porn together. Like once we were finished, it was like a race for who could shut it off faster. And if one person had the laptop or the phone or the iPad and didn't, it was like this great offense. But this guy fucking gets it. He's tackling the real issues. Millions of treasonous traitors storming government buildings. Who fucking cares? Let me get a fucking Burger King ad after I watch the maid have sex with the stepson or whatever. This is what we're talking about. That's not the porn I watch. I don't know why I brought that up, but whatever. Yeah. It's good stuff like that. Here. I'll show you more of what I'm into. Look at this little guy. His little face, his little grunts when he puts the fucking avocado hat on him. For anybody listening on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts and not watching on YouTube, there was a squirrel eating a piece of avocado, and then its person took like the top, cut off the top of an avocado and put it on him as a hat while he kept eating. Let's keep going, guys. This is good. This sound, okay, so I told you like on TikTok, for those of you who aren't on TikTok, I know a lot of people are, but a lot of people are not also. But like you can take a sound of something, the audio of something, and use it for your video. So this audio has become very popular, and I'm very thankful for it.
What about that? Wee. What about that? Wee.
I don't even know what it's originally from. You can look, but I haven't. But I get tons of animal ones like that. Here's another great animal one. Oh. I'm telling you, man, TikTok is a fun place. I got a bunch here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but like I have a bunch here. Here, let me do a couple more. These are like my favorite ones. I'm gonna save some of these. Yeah, I'm gonna save a couple for another time because they're so good. Okay, let me see what else I can show here. Whee! Okay, how about... Oh, okay. I'm gonna show just 2 more. Maybe 3. Maybe 4. Okay, just one more for the animal one. Okay, this legitimately blew my fucking mind. Oh, I have like science stuff on here. I get a lot of that too. Okay, I'm just going to play it and then we'll talk about it. Comment below what you think about this. Did we know that bears eat carrots like people eat carrots? It's holding it like with his hands and adjusting it with his hands. That's a man in a panda suit. That is a man in a panda suit. Let's watch that shit again. Is this shit crazy to everybody? It's insane to me. Look at this. Look at him. He's holding it with his hands and just like eating it like a person. I don't know why this blows my mind so much, but it really does. I did not know. Look at the dexterity in his hands. He's like manipulating it and turning it. I don't understand. I don't understand. All right, a couple more. So this one, let's go back. I want to keep it. Yeah, I'll keep it light. I have some other like ones from the insurrection, but let me show this one. It's from the insurrection, but it's also very funny.
What is your favorite moment from the siege?
So this is what I was talking about. That what is your favorite moment or whatever? What is your favorite this or what is this? This like a big trend on TikTok is all about trends and most of them are dumb, but the answers are often funny. But whatever. Here you go.
I'll go first.
So there's this Trump supporter climbing the wall to get in the Capitol. Oh no. They fell. They're fine. They're fine. It's not like a death fall or anything like that. Maybe just he or she sprained their ankle. Let's watch it again. It's just great.
What is your favorite moment from the siege? I'll go first.
Oh, I'm gonna fight for Daddy Trump. Oh no! I don't even like violence, and I never laugh at people getting hurt, but I mean, that is fucking funny. Like, this is the Great White Hope. This is the Great White Hope. Oh, fucking master race. One more time.
What is your favorite moment from the siege? I'll go first.
You can do it. You're going to get it this time. I believe in you. You got to believe in you, too. Oh, so close. So close. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, fuck. Woo. That is good stuff. That's worth it to have Chinese spyware on my phone or whatever they're saying. It's fine. It's fine. If I can get content like that, whatever, guys. Oh, man. I'm going to save that one, too. You know, I'm going to stop right there. I have so many of these things. It's great. If you're not on TikTok, you should get on TikTok. You should follow me on TikTok. Also, follow me on Twitter at Graham Baker. TikTok is at Graham Baker also. Yeah. What else is going on? Make sure you're liking and subscribing on YouTube. Comment and share all that stuff too. Aren't we having a good time? We're having a good time. We're having fun. And, rate and review on iTunes. What else is going on? I don't know. There was just some other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I mean, honestly, outside of, treasonous assault on our Capitol building and this country doing fucking nothing about it, I don't know. I don't know. That's a bigger issue. I don't want to get into it. I think next episode I'm going to talk a little about like the Trump supporter mentality and how it personally has, how I've personally been affected by it in way of it being a part of like family members and stuff I have. But whatever. I'll try to end on a happier note. So a couple years ago, I got a phone call or a voicemail. I didn't hear the phone call. I got a voicemail from somebody that I didn't really want to talk to. And this voicemail, did I delete it? I want to see if I have the date. Let me see. I think I did delete it. No. Oh, no, I couldn't have. Well, it had to have been... God, it must have been like the end of 2017. I think, like December 2017. That sounds right. So anyway, there was this voicemail on my phone. It actually transferred phones with me. I never listened to it. I wouldn't listen to it because I just didn't want to hear whatever this person had to say. And the voicemail transcribe feature on my phone wasn't working, so I couldn't read it either. So this voicemail sat on my phone for like 3 years. And it was like two and a half minutes long. It's like, man, I don't want to listen to this. It's been 3 years. I've been stressing about it because I see that every time I go through, clear everything out of my phone, that just red dot saying one message is still there. And it's been such like a kind of, I mean, it's a low level of stress, but it's constantly there. It's like an engine idling. There's just a little bit there. And it's been fucking sitting there for 3 years, and I just wouldn't listen to it. And then, so obviously it's building bigger in my head. It's getting more intense. It's going to make me more uncomfortable So a couple weeks ago, end of December, I was like, you know what? Like, enough is enough. Like, I can't live like this. I can't allow these things to become larger than they are. Like, I for sure, whatever this says, I for sure dealt with way worse. And And I was like, what am I doing? Like, why keep this as a issue when I could either just delete it and not listen to it, or I can just listen to it. But to leave it there unread, and it's this unfinished thing, and it's constantly reminding me that I haven't listened to it and like how I feel about that. So I was like, you know what, man, just fucking listen to it. You don't want to delete it. Just listen to it. So I did. I took a big deep breath. I sat down. I pushed play. And it was a butt dial. For 3 years, I've been haunted by a butt dial. They didn't even say anything. They were just driving. So you just hear... That's it. Let that be a lesson to you. Just do the thing. Bite the bullet, jump into the deep end, rip the Band-Aid off. Just do it. It's never as bad as you think it's going to be. And even if it is, even if it's worse, you'll at least be able to start getting over it soon. Immediately after it's happened. Like the healing process will start, even though it starts in a really bad place. It'll start. But if you don't, you're just postponing it that much longer. It's going to happen no matter what. I'll say the other issue, I mentioned this on the last episode, maybe the one before. I've moved recently, and that was forced. Like the beginning of the pandemic, a couple months in, my landlord was renting a house. This is like June or July. He's like, I'm going to sell the house. I was like, what? What the fuck, man? We agreed like years, on paper it says 1, but we had a verbal agreement 5 years. Like and we're in the middle of a pandemic. What the fuck? He's like, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just want to sell it. I have to sell it or whatever. So like, all right. And he's like, then he starts pulling all sorts of fucked up shit. He's like, his realtor is like, we'll just, you don't rush. We'll wait till you find a place and then we'll sell it. Just, find a place. And then it's like, okay, thank you. I was very grateful. It's kind. It's frustrating, but thank you. Obviously the market is a fucking disaster. Can't find any place that'll work. Plus, like, my business took a big hit at the beginning of the pandemic. So it's like, I'm not finding anything. And then like a month, maybe 6 weeks later, they're like, okay, you have to be out. It was like a Friday. Like, okay, you got to be out by Monday. And I was like, nope. No, I don't. You've never given me a written date, a notice to vacate. And we also have an agreement in writing that you'll wait till I find a place. So no. And also, there is currently a law in place prohibiting any sort of eviction or anything. So no. Now, I kept looking. I wasn't trying to stay there, especially after this. Like, oh, well, fuck you. Like, you're a shitty person. Went back and forth a bit, and I was like, you know what? You're also kind of renting me this house illegally as far as, like, some of the things, this house is not up to code, and blah, blah, blah. So, long story, I eventually find a place, and it got a little more ugly, too. But anyway, I eventually find a place. I get in this beautiful place. I'm way happier here too. It's better by every matrix. It's better in every way. And then this guy tries to keep my security deposit. Now look, I am so obsessive. That house was fucking spotless. Mop floors, patched, painted walls. Like, it was fucking spotless. Then he's not giving my security deposit back. And he's saying, like, well, I had to do all of this stuff. All the plants were dead. There's no plants. It's rock landscaping in this place. And there's nothing there. Plus, his gardener was there like a month before. There's nothing. And I have pictures of everything, videos and pictures of everything. It's just a little hint. Whenever you move into a place, take video and pictures of everything the day one. And then whenever you move out, video and pictures as well. So I was like, this is not true. And he's like, and he's like, you took a curtain rod off the wall. And he was trying to charge me like $50 because he had to put it back. All this shit. And it was bad. Like, he was just making shit up. And so send me an invoice. This is not accurate. So he sends me this invoice that is clearly just like nonsense. It's just handwritten from his gardener, who's now acting as his handyman. And now it's like a $1,300 bill. So anyway, I was like, you know what? This is bullshit. I'm not fucking around with you anymore. I tried to be very civil, and he stopped responding to emails. So I sent him a letter of intent to sue him. And I said, you have 10 days to respond. I knew he would wait till the night before. He emails me. He's like, I'm thinking about it. I'll get back to you. So that day, on the 10th day, I get 2 emails. One is an email from him, and the second is an email that he's wired me the money. I see in like the preview of the email on my account, I see like you read like the first sentence or whatever, and it said, I've wired you the money, and he's like, but for the record, and I just deleted the email. This is a big deal for me because normally, I would read it, get fucking furious at the lies because it's complete bullshit. I would get fucking furious and write him back a 10,000 page document on how he's wrong. I'd go through line by line. Like I would get so obsessive and very aggressive about it. Like, that would be my normal thing. And I just like, you know what? I was fully prepared to take him to court. I was going to do that, but he did the right thing. He caved. I don't give a shit what he has to say. And I just deleted the email. I never would have done that before. It was a big moment for me where I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to keep myself in a place, forcing myself to be angry, forcing myself to be upset. Like I got what I wanted, and what I wanted was the thing that was fair and right. I wasn't asking for more. It was just, this is what you owe me. You can't steal from me. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I don't care what he has to say. It's going to be nonsense anyway. And I just deleted it. I was really happy about it. Kind of related to the thing with the voicemail where I made it such a big deal and I didn't have to make it such a big deal. So anyway, I don't know. Just thought I'd share. It's hot. I'm going to shut this off. My camera's probably about to overheat. Thanks for listening. Oh, welcome to PORB. And I'll be back again. We're gonna do them on every Tuesday as well. I just wanted to get this one out too. Don't forget to rate and review on iTunes, like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Graham Baker, on TikTok at Graham Baker. My Instagram is at Instagram Baker. If you like music, you want to listen to my music, it's actually at the end of every episode. That song that you're gonna hear since a few episodes ago is actually some of my music. Grey House on all streaming platforms or download or Bandcamps or whatever. Grey House Music on Instagram. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, and comment below what you think about what's going on in our country. Are you scared? Are you worried? Are you happy? Are you involved? Do you think about it? Whatever. Tell me something. Or don't. And go fuck yourself. How about that? All right. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on Tuesday. Peace.